Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Friday, January 3rd. It is almost the weekend. You're just one work day away from the weekend.
Close.
We are close. I'll be having a pretty fun weekend going to the casino and the Bulls game. So we hope you are all having a fun weekend too. I'm joined by Boomy at Boomy TCF, Pigoy at TCF Pigoy. I am Zach Lilja. You can follow me at ZLilja, LILJATCF on Twitter. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You can find us on there. We post all the links to this video and the podcast version on all those sites. So go on there. Also, like I said, we do the podcast version, which you can find on Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. Follow us, subscribe, rate, review, give us a 5-star rating. Please unsubscribe, resubscribe, do whatever you got to do there. Go on to YouTube, subscribe to us on there so you can watch all of our videos on there. Buy a t-shirt. I think Boomy said we're out of larges, but
yeah, I forgot to check last night. But if you need a shirt, let us know.
If you want a shirt, we could always get more. We just need to know that you want them. But I think it's, what is it,
Yep.
$15 if you gotta get it sent to you?
Yeah, $10 if we can deliver
I
it.
didn't know that. So $10 if
We gotta get some koozies.
We gotta get. What if we need a sweatshirt because he wears a sweatshirt all the time?
I need a hoodie, man.
He's a
hoodie guy.
But first, I want to thank our sponsors. The first one, The Money Otter. Go to themoneyotter.com. Go check out that. Pottery and woodworking. If you're into that kind of stuff, they got beautiful stuff on here. Here's just a little sample right here of a mug with the TCF logo, which will be on that t-shirt if you buy one with the little Money Otter on the bottom there. Go to themoneyotter.com. Go on to Facebook. Go on to Instagram. Go to The Money Otter. They got all their stuff on there. All the updates to the store. Hannah and Mitch Prentice, we love you guys. Also, Score Trader. We won some money on Score Trader this week, and we are going into the playoffs. And the Score Trader app is going into the playoffs. But we won week 17. Pigoy won us $50 on there. Pigoy, we had some problems with this question last night. How much money did you have to deposit to win that $50?
$0, sir.
So it's $0, and we got
completely
third
free
place.
to play.
$50. So what is
completely free to play?
And here is
fun.
Oh, go on.
It's a different look at daily fantasy. Like, I kind of, in my dumb brain, I rationalize it like you're basically drafting a team with, like, there's no position requirements. You just pick whoever you want to pick, and then if they do well, obviously they get ranked in there. It's the top 3 in each position category. So quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, wide receivers. So if you got one of the top 3 guys in those categories, then based on what you spent on them, then you win.
But here is Pigoy's little ad read about it and how we won Week 17 and how you can maybe win some money on the Score Trader app.
Score Trader Week 17 update. TCF Chicago gets 3rd place overall in the Week 17 contest. We had Joe Mixon as our top running back. Bought a bunch of shares in him. He ended up being the top running back for the entire week on the Score Trader leaderboard. We also had Brashad Perryman from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the 3rd best wide receiver for the week in the contest. Score Trader top leaderboard gets us 3rd place for $50 cash prize to us. Guys, listen, Score Trader, go check it out. It is a free-to-play fantasy sports app where you buy stock in players during the week and then decide if you want to sell them off or let it ride during the contest on Sunday or Saturday. Now for the playoffs, Score Trader running some NFL playoff contests, so go ahead and check that out as well. Again, free to play, cash prizes at your disposal. Go ahead and draft your players, buy stock in your players, and see how you do. That is at Score Trader app and at typical_Chicago on Twitter. Be sure to tweet us photos of your portfolio and as well look for us on the top trader leaderboard.
Pigoy, beautiful read. Again, $50 to us. We didn't deposit any money. We got third place. We got $50. That could be you. You could even win second or first. What did first place win? Do you have any idea?
I want to say it was probably like 150, I think, or 200.
Yeah, I thought it was
for no deposit. So go onto the Apple Store, go search Score Trader, download the app, make a free account, and get involved in the playoffs, which will be going on Wild Card Weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So get on that. Go win some money this weekend on the TCF crew. We are a big fan of it because we like said, shout out to our sponsors, The Muddy Otter and Score Trader. We love you guys. First subject of the night, kind of sad. Bulls lose to the Jazz, 102-98.
Oh, yeah.
Bulls played all right and kind of looked a little lost there in the fourth, and that just kind of seems what kind of happens there, especially later in the fourth. It just seems like they don't know how to close out games. Levine with 26 points. Wendell Carter had 18. Laurie, 18. Kobe White, 6 points in 23 minutes, 3 of 11 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3-point. Thoughts on the loss and where the Bulls kind of stand right now?
The Jazz are a decent basketball team right now. They're the 6th seed, 21-12. I know you don't want to hear about, play more. There's no such thing as a moral victory in the NBA, but to give a team like the Jazz a run and be in it and see some positive things, I think it's better than obviously the alternative getting blown out. And if you're going to make a run, you're not that far out of the 8th seed. And if you're going to make that run, but these are the games, if you're going to be in close, you got to finish those if you want to plan on picking up some games over the teams ahead
Mitchell
of you.
held to 17 points. Rudy Gobert kind of held to 17 points. Bogdanovich had 19. So no one really got too crazy on the Utah team. The Bulls, their defense has kind of been there all season. They've been doing it's been one of their stronger suits, but the offensive side is where they can't get going.
And I feel like this goes back to what we've been talking about, like, kind of all season. Like, is Jim Boylan the guy that can scheme up an X's and O's thing in the final, 2 minutes of the game to win it for you?
He needs a better team than this if he's going to be that kind of coach. You know what I mean? He's going to need a lot better.
I'm not even. When have we seen him, completely flip the script and, change, the in-game adjustments that you need to make in order to win games? He's never really been that guy.
That's how I was hitting at. Is like, can he do enough in the game to realize that what he's doing is not working and then scheme around it to make something work? And I don't think he's that guy. Because I think this roster is definitely talented enough to win some close games against decent teams, but I don't think he's. I don't think he is.
Chris Dunn, 30 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 7, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. It just seems like there's just, other than Zach LaVine, Wendell Carter kind of contributing, and Laurie's playing better as of late. But other than that, there's not a lot of firepower off the bench, or somebody that you can really get you. There's no double digits off the bench at all tonight.
Well, that's the thing too, is you can't have you can't just play 6 guys on this team and expect to win a lot of games. You can't play 6 or 7 guys deep in an NBA game and expect to win.
You just can't.
Exactly.
Let's move on to, we got the Blackhawks. They are at the middle. They are in intermission 1. Is that how you say it? I'm trying to.
Sure.
First
intermission. I was trying to sound like I knew what I was talking about. They are tied 1-1 right now. Boomy, you got Blackhawks money line. They are on a 3-game win streak right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a
having Leonard in goal. He's playing really well lately, and I know Vancouver's good, but they give up a quick one early to Miller, has their goal for Vancouver, and then Connor Murphy answers. So they're kind of rolling right now. I'm just getting, and there was some nice juice there. It was like plus 155 or 130, 145, somewhere around there.
The puck line or the money line?
Sorry, I meant money line earlier.
Oh, okay.
You say.
Sorry,
so that's better.
Wrong. Yeah, I got their money line
for you.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I just like what they put together. And I have hope that they're going to keep a little win streak going and kind of claw their way back into this. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Yeah,
being
like I said, they've
foolish,
won 3 straight.
which I
They're
can
trying
live
to
with.
make a little bit of a run here to get into the wild card discussion in the West.
Yeah, they're only four
So
games
they win
out of
tonight.
the
It's
eight
against a
seed.
good Canucks team
Or
in
4 points, I'm
Vancouver.
sorry.
It'll be 2 more points that you really need. It just proves that this game, if you can come out here and win, or at least make it competitive, you can show that you are at least somebody to be reckoned with in the West. Maybe they can, maybe they can't, but hopefully they can make.
And hey, we talked about this the other night with Matt. Vancouver is right now currently the 8 seed. If you
They
want to
gotta beat
get into
teams like
that
that.
spot where you're talking, being the 8 seed or the 7 seed, you have to beat
Yeah.
those teams in front of you. And we have a couple of those games coming up here soon. I think they play the Predators at sometime in the next week or so. So those are the ones you got to take care of. And they got Calgary
Kinda
coming
going with
back.
that.
So
But isn't that so frustrating though? Like we're talking about how they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot, and we just bitch about them every time we talk about them. Like that's how frustrating how close they are.
But it's the same. It's just like the Bulls and Blackhawks are like, when like Sting took off the mask and he was
God.
Sting again. That's the Bulls
Yeah.
and Blackhawks.
They're
Like
the
same thing.
Spider-Man meme.
But
pointing
Yeah,
with the
they're just-
Blackhawks,
yeah.
I like Seabrook. He was a big part of this team. But getting rid of him and getting in some fresh legs, I think that has helped the team. And maybe they've kind of just been rejuvenated. I think they're playing just well as of late. And there's leaders on this
Right.
team that in the NHL there's a lot more parity to it than there is in the NBA right now. And if the Blackhawks can somehow just sneak into the playoffs, then they would even have a chance. So I think that, I know what you mean about the Bulls, Blackhawks, but there's always going to be more hope in the Blackhawks, and even it's in the NHL than the NBA.
Right. Well, and also like going deeper into it, like I know that they've done some dumb things as in the last couple of years, but you have more
Like I said,
faith in the Blackhawks front
They got
office than you
Kane,
do in
who's
the
playing
Bulls.
well as of late. Tay's always a good leader.
Mhm.
Can always rely on him for a big time shot anytime during the game. So, like I said, in the Bulls, like I said, you hate to say this, but you know that they need a lot more to beat the Bucks in the East. So there is just no.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but there's no hope for at least a little while because the Bucks look good and the Bulls look like they're going to need a lot more than what they have to do that. Bowl games. We got 3 on today. 2.
We had Cincinnati absolutely rout Boston College in the Brigham
After a delay.
Brigham Bowl, and then
the Birmingham Bowl.
Birmingham, sorry. And then Tennessee beats Indiana by 1 in the Texas Bowl. So 2 games I watched, 0
I
minutes.
had
of
the
today.
over.
I probably watched like I don't know, probably 15 minutes of them.
I'm not doing
get
well
2-0,
since
so that's
Boomy
good for me.
guaranteed that one pick.
Well, I did see that you
You
tweeted
haven't
out
been
that
doing
No,
well for a lot
I was
longer
on
than that.
fire. I was on absolute fire.
I did see that. You said you
I
were
was,
on
and then
fire
I
there.
got guaranteed, and then I ruined it. Today,
You got G. you got G.
January
You got
3rd,
G.
we have one bowl game, Ohio versus Nevada, in the famous Idaho
Oh, gotta
Potato
bet that
Bowl.
one.
2:30 on a I can't forget what day it is. On a Friday. It's beautiful to see.
Gotta bet that game.
Hey, I know right now Ohio is minus 8 points. I'm sprinkling some Nevada money line. That's way too close of a game for Nevada
Over
to
under
travel.
59.
From Nevada to
over.
Idaho. Yeah, I like the over in that, but I also like Nevada getting 8 and then sprinkling a little money.
I don't know
line.
about
So
that.
I don't know. I've never been really impressed with Ohio this year.
Watched a lot of
but
Ohio football.
I don't know. I mean, they're in the MAC against NIU, so yeah, I've seen like
He's
2 or 3 times.
Booby's a action
Okay.
guy.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the over because I don't trust. Yeah,
Don't doubt.
right.
Yeah, you're right. Neither of these teams
No,
should be trusted.
I'm taking the
but-
over. And then Saturday,
I just take the.
we got
points.
Southern Miss versus Tulane in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Tulane -7, over under 56.5. There'll be no more bowl games until that following Monday. So, what do you think boys, do you have any read on Southern Miss or Tulane?
Kind of like Tulane, but probably not going to touch much of it. I've only seen Tulane once or twice, and I've only seen Southern Miss once. Probably not going to touch much of that. Maybe
like
the over
56.5. Over.
Yeah,
over.
56.5. I like.
I feel like when it comes to bowl season, if you have no read on the line, you just go when
Take
in doubt,
every
bet the
single
over.
you can
Yeah,
find.
that's kind of what I've been doing.
WIDBTO. When in doubt, bet the over.
Yes.
Put it on a coffee mug.
Kind of getting to the end of bowl season here. The best two ones we have left, well, pretty much of all. The best bowl, I guess not bowl game, the national championship game, LSU and Clemson. That is not next week, is it? It's the week after.
No,
It's a week from Monday.
So that will be a big time game, but we still have, I think, 4 or 5 bowls until then.
No, we only
Wind
have
down.
1, 2,
We have
3
3 left. So I think there's one
Yep,
more on
wind
Monday
down.
then. So
Yep, Miami of Ohio and
unfortunately,
Lafayette.
bowl season is almost over. It's just sad because, like I said, nothing's better than waking up on like a random Tuesday, Wednesday, seeing that there's an 11 a.m. bowl
Shoot,
game.
even look at Saturday morning. That game starts at 10:30
That's
in the
beautiful
morning.
because they gotta get they have to get it in
It
before
is
the
beautiful.
NFL game. So that's beautiful. You're gonna have college
Exactly.
football right into the Saturday slate of wildcard games, which is boomy. Beautiful transition there. NFL wildcard Saturday. We start off with Buffalo at Houston. Texans getting 2.5 over 44. Thoughts on the game?
I like Houston.
Buffalo.
I just don't know. See, I don't think there's any experience on that Buffalo roster that has any. Damn it, the Blackhawks just gave up another goal.
You said that 2 seconds before I saw it.
There's no experience on the Buffalo sidelines. The Texans are going to have J.J. Watt back. They're going to be in Houston. I think they're going to win this game by at least a field goal. And I also like the over at 43 and a half.
It's a fair point, but
I know you're a Bills guy. I know you're all in on Bills
I'm not
Mafia,
just.
but I don't know if I trust Josh Allen to go down to Houston on a Saturday, a very weird timed game. The last time they played in this game, they scored 3 points
Is it
in
noon or is it
Jacksonville.
11?
I just don't trust them. It's
Oh,
3:30.
it's
So we have to wait till
3:30.
3:30 to get any football NFL.
That's Saturday, but then Sunday, quick turnaround,
Okay.
get a noon,
Awesome.
and then a 3:30 on Sunday too. So me and Boomy seem to just go completely opposite of each other the last like week and a half on football games. I like the Bills and the under.
I like the Bills in the over.
I don't bet the under.
This
so.
thing has snooze
I'll
fest
take-
written all over it.
In the same breath, Pigo, I did say the last time the Bills played in this game, I believe the final score was 7-3. That Jacksonville beat them. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago in the
Okay, I'm
playoffs.
taking the under.
I lean over, but I'll probably. I just like the Texans minus 2.5.
I like the under a lot there. Then we have the late
Flip
game. We
flopper.
have Tennessee at New England. Boomy was saying that he's got to take New England here. They are -5
Yes, this
right
is a
now.
no-brainer.
44.5 is the over under. I know it's crazy. You can't take. I don't know. I like the Patriots, but I
thought this was
don't
a
know.
typo. 4.5. 4.5. I thought it was 45. That would have made sense. I bet New England.
No.
blows the
44.5
doors
is
off
the.
it. No. I know. I'm saying, but the spread is 4.5. I
Yeah,
felt
so the
like
line.
someone accidentally put a period in there. I thought the spread should be 45. New England's going to blow the doors off of the Titans.
You think it's going to be that big of a game?
I'm just gonna wait.
You think it's going to be that
What?
big of a. Oh, no. Did they just score again?
Oh, I think they're going to
They
kill
scored
them.
again. Blackhawks are. Oh, it's only 2-1. Never mind.
Yeah, don't bring
I
that
didn't.
juju on me.
Oh, yeah. You would know. You would know.
Zach, what are you doing in the Titans
I like
Patriots game?
Patriots -5. I got to. Until it doesn't work, I got to trust Bill Belichick. You got to trust Tom Brady at home. Mike Vrabel, though, you don't know.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but like I think I'm just gonna wait until about kickoff, because you know that all this is gonna do is just get more Patriots money. So I might just grab the Titans if it gets to like 7 and just hope it like ties. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to lay a touchdown against a team that can run the ball really well.
I don't want to touch that over-under at all because I feel like it could hit 44 points by the middle of the third quarter, or it's going to be like in the 20s, like 21-7 or something.
For me, it's probably because I don't think the line's moving towards 3. I think it's going to go up towards like 7. So I might just take the Titans at like 6 or 7.
Sunday, the show is going to get real shook up here.
Blackhawks scored.
Hey, I'm watching it on like a stream. Minnesota goes to New Orleans and plays the Saints. Kirk Cousins. Uh-oh. I don't know. He's had himself a decent
This is where we're actually. This is going to go against it. What we said.
Decent season.
I actually like the Vikings.
I haven't put -7.5 right now on Sports Action. I think that is a lot of points to give Minnesota. I know maybe in a
playoff game that's
49.5. I'm taking the over in that game. That is for sure. But I think New Orleans is going to win the game.
All right. So here's I've been thinking about this and prep for the show. Here's my synopsis. This is probably the least psyched I've been about a Vikings playoff game since they made it last couple of years.
To them. The end of the season.
How do you get up for this game? But there's like, how do you get up for this game if you're a Vikings fan? Like, the Saints are just a fucking wagon, and the Vikings have not only limped in, they just have like crawled to the finish line this season. You guys watch Star Wars?
No.
No? Well, then that proves my whole fucking point. Anyway, so they more or less just like crawled to the finish line. Dalvin Cook's not 100%. Thielen's he's been hurt on and off this season. I mean, I think Michael Thomas is going to just absolutely fucking bully Xavier Rhodes and just have a monster day. But I don't know. I think the Vikings can keep it under the 8 points. So I think I'm going to take the Vikings and just.
I just think that Minnesota. I know I talked about the Patriots blowing the doors off of the Titans, but 8 points. 8 points giving Minnesota. I just think it's too much, Saints, man. I don't know.
-7.5. Saints -10. I think it's gonna be a 3 touchdown.
You flip flop twice now.
No, I'll give you the 10.
You'll give me 10.
Flip flopper.
I'll give you. I'll if you want to lay the 10 with the Saints, I'll take the 10 with the Vikings.
What are we gonna bet then? Let's do like something for the show.
I don't know. I don't know. 10's. You think 8's a lot? 10's
and
a lot.
I'm on the other side, so I'm giving you the points. You should want to do this.
Well, that's why I said. I literally said I would take 10 points with the Vikings if you want to. If you want to lay 10 with the Saints.
But I'm saying we should do like a bet for the show.
All right.
Oh, we'll figure anything out.
we just have a monetary bet, and we'll just take a picture of the Venmo thing.
We don't have to do money. I think it should be something like, if I win, you have to wear a Bears jersey.
Yeah, I think something like that.
I'll wear a Vikings
jersey. Like a jersey show. All right, like a jersey show. All right, so it's 10. The line is 10.
10.
All right, air 5 on the Skype screen. 1, 2, 3.
Kirk Cousins.
And the sound effects.
Hope you stink.
Did it. He can stink and lose by 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Seattle goes to Philadelphia in a turn of events. That is wild. That the Seahawks have to go to Philadelphia, and they are getting a 1.5. They are 1.5 favored by 45.5 is the over under.
Wait, who did you say has? I've got Seattle -1.5. Oh, okay. I thought you said it went the other way. That you had Philadelphia -1.5.
I might have said that wrong.
No, I like Seattle here. I just think they're the better football team. Pigoy talked about the Vikings literally crawling into the playoffs. The Eagles were even worse crawling into the playoffs. Like they had
a damn line at their injury.
Look at what they are literally one of the most injured teams, and the Blackhawks take the lead. Sorry,
I'm on the late stream here, and you're ruining it for me.
Anyway, they literally like crawled in. So I think that, and some of them didn't even make it. Like I said, they're one of the most injured teams in the NFL. I love, and Seattle's got a little bit of that bad taste in their mouth after the San Francisco ending the other night. Give me Seattle -1.5, -2, whatever the case is. I don't care that it's got to go on the road. I don't think Philly's got enough firepower and enough guys not on the injured reserve to keep this a close game. And I love the over too. I love the over.
You want to talk about a team that's happy to be in the playoffs? It's the Eagles, right?
Oh yeah.
Like how the hell did they make the playoffs this year?
Because they play in the worst division in football. That's how.
Whenever I go to the point where it's weird that they get the home thing, then you say that's how that plays out, and that's how it plays out if you're in the bad division. And I think that something stupid is going to happen.
I don't like that though.
I think that the Eagles are going to win this game. I think something crazy is going to happen. It's in Philadelphia. It's just
you are right, though. If something crazy is going to happen in any of the 4 games, this is the one I would choose. Just because, like you said, with the record the way it is, as beat up as the Eagles are. But if I'm just looking at this in just its own vacuum, a much better team, barring something super weird happening. If something super weird happens, then yes, you're probably right. The Eagles probably will win.
I like Russell Wilson as a quarterback. I think he's a very good quarterback, but I just think that something crazy could happen in Philadelphia, and somehow the Eagles. I do
like 45.5. I think that's going to go over.
So that is wild card weekend. We're not really going to get into that tomorrow's show because we'll tell you at the end of the show. But we got some a special guest coming on tomorrow, so we'll be talking more about other things other than the wild card. So that is our NFL wild card weekend recap from the TCF boys. White Sox make a move today. Luis Robert has been signed. It's a contract, $88 million max. The max out is the $88 million over 8 years, $50 million guaranteed over 6 years, and the White Sox have a $20 million club option in 2026 and 27, $2 million buyout in the options. I think this is a great contract for the White Sox. You sign a guy, you don't got to worry about all the other stuff going on, anything to get you to arbitration where the Cubs are at with Chris Bryant. They've already done it with Eloy before. Now they're doing it with Luis. I think it's a great idea. I think that's how it should be done. I always have, like I said, this is another move that you can't hate on this. It's a great move going forward, especially just to build a relationship with the guy. So I think it's a great move. Also, in that same breath, Chris Bryant, I heard, wants to be a Cub for life. I saw that as well. It's just, I think, something to say when you know you're kind of on the way out and you want to look like, I don't know. I don't want to get too far into that.
Yeah, don't read too deep into that. I don't know.
No, I think on the Robert thing, that's awesome. A phenomenal deal for the Sox, and there's your starting center fielder now too. Mm-hmm. Like it's just, this is just another Rick Hahn just comes in. I did it again.
That does take them out of the Castellanos race, don't you think?
Well, I don't know because he could.
Yeah, if you give him a good deal.
Castellanos probably supposed to play right.
I think something's going on. I think he's going to be a Cub.
I guess if you want to go with a 1-year deal, because I agree, but I'm just they've been one of the teams that have been rumored to be in the race. Yeah. I don't know how early the timetable looks like that the White Sox want Robert in center field, but I think they're going to do the same thing. They're with, like you had said about with Abreu and extending it and getting it out of the way. I like the deal a lot. I think it's good for the Sox, and I think it's clearing up a potential hurdle that was going to hurt them here in the future with their lack of outfield prowess. I like the way they go about
treating the guys, the younger guys, because like you said, the Cubs, it would have been nice if you could have maybe done something with Chris Bryant or just something with maybe a Kyle. They kind of did do something with Kyle Schwarber later on, but it's how you build a good relationship with the young guys in the organization, and a guy that is going to be maybe one of your best players going forward with the potential that he has.
A kid who hits the seams off of baseball.
Oh, man,
unbelievable.
God, he hits the ball hard.
But here's the thing. One more thing. Wasn't this move it was always going to happen to so he get started on the opening day roster?
Yeah.
I
So I
think
don't
that
know
was
if
the point. Yeah.
I don't know if it necessarily takes you out of the Castellanos deal because you still need a right fielder. Because I don't think Mazzara is your answer. But now
No.
that you've made moves X, Y, and Z after you signed Mazzara, so I don't think like you can get away with it being like he's my right fielder. But I think they're still going to go try to get one too.
Sure.
Uh,
I agree. I was just curious what you
news
thought.
that just broke: Jason Garrett out in Dallas. They are not.
About 5
Jason
years
Garrett
too
is
late.
not in Dallas Cowboys' future plans, so they are parting ways. They are pretty much firing him. We pretty much knew this. They've been doing meetings for the last 3 or 4 days. Maybe they've just been going out to dinner or something, but you knew this was going to happen.
Meeting this week, I
What?
think. It's their third or fourth meeting this week.
So you knew it was going to happen.
It's 5 years too late. Guy stinks, but he kissed Jerry Jones' ass for so long.
What was his record as a head coach?
I thought you said you were going to look it up.
Do we know that?
No, I said you.
No, I thought you said you were going to look it up.
I got it.
All right. Well, here, Boomy, why don't you look that up for us? Thanks, buddy.
Blackhawks just scored again.
No, I said that, and then you go, I'm going to look that up.
85 and 67.
Blackhawks again.
That's not bad.
4-2.
Let's go.
Blackhawks looking good in Vancouver right now.
So
Jonathan Tays, little dink doink, boom. A little assist from the captain.
All right, now I just need Pacific University to get it together.
Decent.
So he
That
was.
scares me.
So
I can't
so
believe
it's
I
like
just uttered that.
It's about 20 games over 500 in 7 years. So this is the Cowboys' first full-blown head coaching
Yeah, I
search
wonder.
since 2007.
That's gonna be very interesting to see who becomes the coach.
Right, because Riverboat Ron's gone now. McCarthy's not going to be there. Like, I know that's probably not the guys that they were going to go after anyway, but I'm just saying if you're looking for coaches, yeah, exactly. Those guys are basically gone. They're going to have to go to the. I think Lincoln Riley's going to be the guy, or
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. I think it's going to be one of those two.
Coach an NFL team.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and I go,
yes, I think he will take that if they offer it, especially the Cowboys. That's one of the biggest names in the NFL. I think he'd be, he did it when he left Florida. Ohio State's one of the biggest known names, and he, jumped on that pretty quick. So I think Urban Meyer would be open to at least hearing from the Cowboys. But I think Lincoln Riley or him are the guys.
I was talking to somebody the other day about this too, and I go, you know what? If Jerry Jones is smart, he'd go down to Oklahoma and he'd sit down with Lincoln Riley. He goes, "How many zeros do you want me to put on this check?"
Yeah, I'm just going to keep writing numbers until you tell me.
I heard a lot of
Herm
Edwards. Why would Herm Edwards ever leave college football? He's a great college football coach. I don't think he's got a sweet leave that gig he has there. And like I said, I did not realize that Arizona State had Herm Edwards, Marvin Lewis, and Antonio Pierce on their coaching staff.
And they're probably Hugh
crazy.
Jackson was helping them out, I think, at one point too.
That's a pretty big time name coaches.
Imagine being like an 18-year-old and be like, I get to learn from like three. I mean, and I know that like Herm Edwards had his moments, and especially like yes, he's just a good football coach in general, and like to be able to walk in at 18 years old and say I'm going to learn from 3 former NFL guys, like that's a big recruiting tool. So I think Arizona State, you're going to see them climb.
And I would say the way that Herm Edwards coaches is much more. I think it benefits him more to be in college.
Yeah.
It's a good
disciplinarian, old school kind of guy.
The next thing, it's kind of weird to think that this is not going to maybe hurt business. U-Haul is going with a nicotine-free hiring process. I saw this today. They're going 21 states as of February 1st. If you are already working for or are in the application process with U-Haul, then this will not affect you. But if you are looking to work for the U-Haul company, that you cannot smoke or anything to do with nicotine. I don't know.
Oh, hang on just a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I fall asleep before you said that and woke up in communist Russia? What is this?
They have I think 167,000 trucks that they rent out that people are not allowed to smoke in, which I understand. If you're giving out the U-Haul trucks then to just people renting them, then you probably shouldn't smoke a cigarette in it anyways or something like that. But to think that the guys that work for or the people that work for you, anybody that works for you, is not going to I don't know. It's a big enough company. That's crazy to think that no one's going to smoke cigarettes or dip or anything.
What are you going to make him like piss in a cup every 3 days?
Yeah, what do you show for work on Monday? All right, guys, here's the goals for this week. Everybody needs, first of all, before we get going, everybody's going to need to pee in a cup. This is...
Let me smell your
it just
breath.
seems un-American.
Cigarettes? Have you been dipping lately?
I don't get this.
That's crazy to think that no one's going to dip, smoke, anything.
I do have a feeling this is going to go to the courts. I don't know. That can't go to the courts? Blackhawks gave up a goal. God dang it. It is a private company, but I don't know, man. There's just something that I feel. I'm not even like advocating that people should be, like promoted to smoke, but like this is America at the end of the day. Do what you want, I don't know.
These are freaking adults that can make their own decisions.
Exactly.
Says that people that are looking to apply for the job now will be questioned about the nicotine. In most states, must consent to submit to nicotine screening to be considered for employment.
Dude, I don't know.
So they're going to lie. So they're going to lie when they go to the interview and say, I don't smoke, and then
they'll get them. That is
right.
Quite wild to me. I'm taking over the web stories tonight, and I got a good one for you tonight, boys. In Detroit,
I'll be the judge of that.
I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh boy, good start.
I'm waiting for the link to come up because I want to get the number right. There were an amount of people. I forget where it's at. The firefighters, and they were in trouble because they took a picture in front of a burning house. Detroit firefighters posed in front of a burning building in a photo that was later taken down by the Detroit Fire Incident page on Facebook. Although it isn't clear when it was taken, the initial caption was, "Crews take a moment to get a selfie on New Year's."
Oh, boy. Huh.
They are investigating it.
So, like, here's where I was going to argue for them is that, like, you guys know, like, fire departments do, like, controlled burns where they, like, practice their stuff on. Like, and if that's the case, then knock yourself out. Take all the pictures you want. But, like, if that's if you actual, look at the picture, like, fire, yeah, people should be, and
let's just say there's a house
fire.
Right next to it. I don't know if this is just, like you said, if it's a test, but this looks like a bad fire.
Yeah, then I don't know. This deserve to be. I'm not going to say it again, but that's a bad look, man. And I get, like, Detroit also has a problem with abandoned buildings, and I'm sure a lot of them catch on fire. But, like, if you said, I haven't seen the picture, but if there were houses near it or other buildings near it, then they should have been controlling that so that it doesn't spread. But I'm not.
Either way, I don't think that's a good look.
Bad look.
Right, like if this is like something that you're doing for a simulation, like
let's just
for
say if
training,
you're taking it down,
but
then there's something wrong with it.
But that's when you have to like put it underneath in captions, like, "Don't worry, this is a controlled burn."
Yes,
like
you have to.
Yeah, you have to preface this
like,
"Hey, we're not out here just
to get a
screwing
selfie
around
on New Year's."
Yeah, exactly. You got to put a disclaimer with that.
It's a tough look there, kid.
So, Booby,
that's a bad look. You did solid. You did an adequate job.
It's a strong, wacky web story entry right there. It's pretty strong.
Yes, well done. You gave the city, and you gave a good synopsis of it. So, thumbs up, buddy.
The last thing is here. We were talking about it. We got Frank the Tank on the show tomorrow.
Our guy.
February's
watching me some Frank. If you haven't. Before we drop the episode, you need to go and check out. I think his website actually might be down, but go check. I think it's sportsencyclopedia.com. One of the coolest sports websites I've ever been on. If you don't know who Frank is, before we record and drop this tomorrow, go to YouTube and type in disgruntled Mets fan talks about I believe
Jersey
it was the New York Transit, New Jersey Transit. Yeah, that's Frank. That's our guy. He's been on the podcast 2 times, I want to say. And one of the greatest rants in rant history, but also, like I said, most people don't even know this about Frank. One of the coolest sports websites.
It's got an upgrade on it. It's upgraded
I like
a little bit.
His golf stuff a lot on that. Like,
yeah.
I like the golf recaps of like the history of
Well, he has this
certain
date in
things
history.
like
He has a this
where I
date
say
in
like
history
a
every
Tiger.
day. He does a blog for Barstool.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know he did golf stuff there, Pigoy. That's pretty.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it's
wild.
anything like if Tiger won a major by 1 billion shots on this day, he'll have a thing for it. So, no, I like
That's
Rinaldo's
awesome.
golf.
Love it. Like I said, Frank
He's
the
just,
Tank.
he's a class act too. He's a man.
Yeah.
On the show tomorrow, we'll be having some fun subjects with him. I think we'll have a good time. Me and Boomy. This will be our third really interview, but this isn't going to be an interview. This is just going to be him hopping on the show with us. We're going to be having some fun. Shooting the shit. We're talking about the Mets, Dolphins, his thoughts on the Dolphins and the Devils, everything. Frank the Tank tomorrow night. So
we are looking to the New Jersey sports world.
Yes, like I said, that's why we got through the wild card and all the bowls for this weekend, which is only one game. But as I say this, the Blackhawks are now tied 4-4.
What period are we in here?
We are second period, 8 minutes left. There has been 8 goals scored. Two good teams.
The over-under was
defense optional.
Defense optional. Like Frank the Tank on Saturday.
Pacific tied it.
Good for them. So this. Anything else? Post show, boys.
We're absolute degenerates.
Can we talk about what we chose to bet on tonight? Like
I have
it's like kind of pre-show, but Boomy has
University +3 and money line. Today I bet on Florida International playing at like 10 a.m.
I have Washington
-1.5. They won by 2, and then I bet Kennesaw State and Northern Florida over.
There's a lot of college basketball.
Most people don't even know those are Division I schools. So.
There's a lot of college basketball.
Where's Kennesaw State at?
Georgia.
I would never have guessed that.
There's a lot of college basketball on today. Just random college basketball.
Oh, yeah. And it started that's the reason I saw the Florida International. It was -1.5. They were playing in Florida against UTEP. And they were up like 13 at one point and held on to win by 2, but it didn't matter. I had them at 1.5. So need the Blackhawks and I need the Pacific Tigers to finish out strong here.
I guarantee
they'll
win.
Loves them some obscure college basketball.
Thanks, buddy. I know.
I guarantee.
He said
win.
it.
You've been waiting the whole show for that, you little.
No, you just said that. You put that on a T for me right there. Thank you
Don't piss off
to Boomy at Boomy TCF, Pigoy at TCF Pigoy. You can follow me at Lilia LILJATCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, Typical Chicago Fans. YouTube, go subscribe on there. Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us. Subscribe, rate, review on the podcast for there. Like I said, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, we post all the videos and podcasts on there, so go check us out on there. Follow. You follow on all of them, right? I'm trying to think of one that you wouldn't. Instagram's a follow. Yeah, they're all follow. Follow all the social medias. The Blackhawks are tied 4-4 at the end of this recording. Hopefully they win. It's a late one, 9 o'clock out there in Vancouver. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Friday, January 3rd. Tomorrow, Frank the Tank, me, Boomy, TCF Morning Show. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'll be at the casino. Pray I don't lose all my money. I'll be doing the show between gambling, so hopefully I win some money. Let's hope. Or Boomy is doing the show with just Frank the Tank.
Yeah, it might just be me and Frank. Zach crying in the bathroom.
Yeah. We love you all.
Peace.
Thanks.